All right, let's finish this. So I got my PCB with the diodes all soldered in, as well as the um, controller. And I have my switches here. So I have chalk switches. I forgot exactly which one these are, but these ones are jade chalk switches. Anyway, because these ones have legs, I'm just going to slot them in first and then do all the soldering at once. So for me, I'm going to actually have the switches, the clicky switches on the bottom. Kind of weird they have these oriented this way, but okay. Might just have these a bit. Might use different switches then. Let's use the top ones first. Make sure I don't bend any of the contacts. Oops. These two are a bit more loose. I think these rows, the one with the double holes, are a little bit looser. So I think you can use these. You can move these up and down depending on how you feel on mounting them. Or it might be, I think, maybe Gen 2 tail switches. Not entirely sure, actually. Oh well. Let's just do the top row then first. All right, everything feels nice and secure. Let's just push them down a little bit, just to make sure they're fully seated in. Heat up my soldering iron while I'm at it. Just an interesting way to set these switches. Will this work this way? Yeah, I guess it will. Just a bit wider. Okay, cool. These are these keycaps are clear, standard Kale, low profile keycaps. I remember buying these off AliExpress for from the Kale store there. They're pretty low profile, very slim, which is what I wanted for this build. So let's see if my iron is hot enough yet. Oh, kind of rusty. Nope. Not yet. Still not ready. There we go. Let's clean off that slag. That looks a lot better. Ah, there we go. All right. Looks like the first row is good. Yeah, not entirely sure what those ones are for, but here's what we'll do. Let's put all of them in without securing them. At least on one side. Then we'll do the other side. Let's do 5. Ooh. Crap. One of them came out. There we go. Ah. Just do the 4 then. 3 maybe? No? Okay. That seems to kind of work. Damn it. Let's do 2. 2 at a time. Lay them down. I don't have anything to hold them. Or I do, but I don't feel like getting it. But I'm just going to solder the one terminal here. And then similar to what I did with the diodes, just going to put pressure on this side in order to flatten down the switch. and heat up the solder that I just terminal that I soldered, and then it will make sure that the side here is perfectly, or the switch is perfectly flush. Same thing over here. Push it down, and we're good. So we can solder the other two terminals as well. All right, let's keep it going. Let's see if we can do 3 this time. 2, 3. Stay there. Nice. All right, same thing, just one terminal on each switch. 1, 2, 3. So that's holding in. Push down, make sure it is flush. Oh no. I just desoldered it. Didn't wait long enough for the solder to melt. Anyway, you can just do the same thing. Make sure you wait long enough for the solder to melt and reform, or to harden back up again so that it doesn't fall out. See, over here, and we're good. One last one, heat it up, and cool down. Perfect. Solder the final terminal. There we go. Oops. Get the angle right. Cool. Try if we can do 2 across this gap. 1, 2. There we go. One on this side and one on the other side. Good. Same thing. Pressure on this side. Melt the solder. We're looking good. Let it cool. Same thing on this side. Melt the solder. Push it down. This one actually moved a lot, so good call there. We're good. Clean off my soldering iron. And solder the remaining terminals for each one. So this one had a little bit of blob, but of solder. Kind of filled in another terminal that's not used, but we're good. It's okay. No big deal. Oh no, that's just the diode. All right. Let's see if we can do the rest. Go back and redo this one because I was able to get the solder to stick onto it. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's do the last few. Did I push these? I don't think I pushed these. Okay. I think we're good. Let's do the last 6. I don't know why these ones are sideways, but I guess it's no big deal. Whoops. Forgot I was in a Discord call, but let's keep going. I didn't push these. Let's give it a push. We can use the melting time to our advantage. If we go fast enough between the 2 terminals, we can keep both of them melted at the same time, and we'll let us move the 2. Cool. Looks good. Last 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do the push first. Push. Looks good. Push. Looks good. And looks good. All right. And we're done. For soldering. Let's add the keycaps. Oh no. I think these have a bit of a directionality to them. No. I just pulled off the entire switch. All right. Come on. No big deal. Put the spring back on. That there. And I think I fucked it up a bit. Oops. There we go. Let's do it again. Come on. Get in here. Let's do this. Let's just stick with this. Oh. Well, there goes the switch. The legs broke. I want to use a bad switch or one that's kind of broken, so I'll just use a different one. Put this back together later. Actually, before I do that, let me make sure these keycaps work. See if I put them in the correct direction, like this, where they can slide past each other. Or at least I assume they can. Doesn't look like they can. Man. I have to do some dremeling or something. Well, this is supposed to be like that. I'm not sure. I'll check later. In any case, let's desolder this. Pretty. Man, I forgot I turned it off. Guess while we're here, we might as well try to put this switch back together. With one of the legs out, bent back. Nice. All right, let's pull this out. What I'm doing on this, I'm just pushing down on the stem, and then I'm going to try to melt both the terminals at the same time. So do this. All right. Should be partially out. Let's go this way, actually. I think this may be a better, give me some good leverage. There we go. It's a bad switch. Put the new switch somewhat onto the terminal. Or the pad, solder pad, whatever you call it. And give me 1 second. Just push into it as you're melting where the solder is, so you don't have to use a desolder tool. You just have to keep pushing it through, keep melting it. If you need to, add a little bit more solder on each pad, here and there. And then back and forth. Ow. Popped a little bit of solder in there, but we're okay. All right. Now both of the legs are out. Let's pretty these up a little bit. We're good. have to check with the switches and why they interface like this, but I think it might be intentional. In any case, though, we are all set. Last thing, bumpers. You gave us 6 of them, so I'm gonna put them right one in the corner here. Maybe they fit on the corner on this side. That doesn't look like they do. So let's put on each of these bottom corners. Let's put one right here at the top, one at the bottom, and then let's do one right here. And last one somewhere around the same area. Even enough. Let's might have to move this a little bit. Nah. All right, it's close enough. I don't know if you can. I wonder if you can put a bumper here. No. Only give you a better spot to put these bumpers, or if they have set spots for them. Let's see. Yeah, so these two don't really help too much, but I guess maybe if you put them slightly higher in between here, this might work better. Yeah, a little bit better. As long as you don't push too hard. Let's put these back over here then. Put them right next to the jumper port or jumper solder pad. And far a little bit over. All right, that's it. Looks good.